Hi, this is Wreath Off Grid, and today I'm going to show you another Snapseed edit. This is the Subtle Color Pop. And Snapseed is a free app that can do photo editing, and it is available on Android as well as iOS. So let's get rid of what we've got here and show you how this photograph started. Okay. This is a photograph that I took, and as you can see, the colors are very vibrant and bright, and I like that, but I think I want them done a little more subtly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the pencil icon. We're going to find black and white, and we're going to make it black and white. Now you can go in on there and you can adjust the contrast, brightness, make it dark, light, whatever, neutral. Also, another really cool thing in here, let's make this bigger so you can see it, is on color filter. You can add some different color filters to it and really make the backgrounds and different things pop. But we're going to leave this on regular, on neutral, and you can see you can adjust the brightness, the contrast, or the grain. We're going to leave those all on 0, and we're going to hit check button to make this stick. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go up. They used to call this the stacks edit. I don't know what they call it anymore, but go up here and tell it to view edits. So as you can see, we have the black and white here. If you tap on that, and you have the little pencil, or the paintbrush rather. So we're going to tap on that a little bit because I want to color this whole thing in black and white. Now what you're doing is you're painting the black and white filter over this. So we're just going to paint the whole thing with black and white. Now what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in, because now, as you can see, we've got this at 100%. I want to decrease the black and whiteness to 75%. And let me swipe across here and I'll show you what it does. You see that? It just adds the color back in, but very subtly. If you do it at 50%, that's how much color it adds. If you do it at 25%, it adds even more. You go to 0, and it adds back all the color. So let's go back up to 100, and let's get rid of all this color. What I want to do is I only want the flowers and a little bit of the greenery here, the leaves, to have some color, and I want it subtle. So we're going to go down to 75%. I want to be zoomed in pretty close on this. And I'm just going to paint around on the flowers. And as you can see, it's going to add some of that color back in, but not fully. Only about 25% of the color is being added back in. We're going to zoom in really close on here. And we're going to go in on these little flower parts, and we're going to color them. And it's real subtle. It's not anything real drastic. And some of it's even still going to look a little black and white, like right here and right here. Okay, put my 2 fingers on it, and I'm going to move it across. Color in this stem, but only to right here. Make sure that I have all of this colored. If I accidentally go over, I can clean that up. Show you how I clean that up in just a minute. Now let's go over here. I want this leaf to also be slightly colored. You see what I did right there? I actually hit it with my finger and added some color there. I don't want that, so we're going to go, let's go back up to 100% and just clean that up. Drop this back down to 75%. I'm just going to add a little bit of color to this leaf. And now I'm going to scroll across here. Add color. All I'm doing is just painting it in. Painting in the color that's already there, but I'm not adding it all back. Just a little bit. I also want this leaf to be in color. Again, I'm not adding back 100% of the color, just about 25% of the color, so that it's very subtle. And this is a stem, so I'm going to add the color here on the stem as well. Come back over here to this part. Back to here. That's up to you. If you want to add more color, you certainly can. I prefer this particular image to have a very subtle color. Now, if I accidentally go over like that, all you have to do is bring that back up to 100%. Just clean up your edge a little bit. And sometimes you have to do that on places where it gets real small, like right here. And it's actually too small to color in, and I actually go over a little bit. Just go around on the edges at the 100% and just clean that up. And let's go over here and get this flower. Add that pretty blue right back in. And as you can see, I accidentally went over a little bit. That's okay. I can just add this yellow back in here. And I'm not worried about how messy I'm getting, because I can go back in at 100% and clean those edges right up. Get rid of the part that went over. Remember coloring when you were a kid? Don't you wish you could have done this? Just gone in and cleaned up your accidents. Now let's shrink that down and see what it looks like. I want to add this stem, more of these leaves. So I'm going to zoom back in. See, that's why it's good to zoom out every once in a while and just take a look at the bigger picture, the whole picture, in case you missed something. You see right here, I went over a little bit. Gonna clean those edges up. Drop that back down. Oh, I see edges here I need to clean. Okay. Now let's drop that back down to 75%. There's the leaf I wanted to add in. Just color over it. You can use your finger. I have a little stylus. Use both. Use both my finger and my stylus. So let's zoom out and see how that looks. I think I like it. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. So at this point you can hit your little button up here in the upper right hand corner, and it shows you what the image looked like before and what it looks like now. I like that. It's very subtle. And I'm not sure, but I think I might have added a little color in here what I didn't mean to. You can also hit mask, and it will show you everything that you have painted in. Tap it again, make that go away. Let's go up to 100%. Just go over this real quick just to make sure that I've got everything else black and white like I want it. Zoom in and clean up these edges here. The more care you take, I think we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the check mark. Tell it okay. Now we're still in the edit, the stacks edit. So I'm going to hit this little back arrow right up here. And I like it. I think it looks really good. Let's see if I can do some little details here and make this pop even more. Add to it or take away from it. I think I'm going to leave it just like it is. I'm going to add my copyright and go in here. Add my copyright and the year. Put my name. And I want the color. See what it looks like if I add a little, make it a tiny little bit blue. Like kind of like that one. So let's leave that color. Let's go into Style and do my signature there. And as you can see, that's as small as it'll let me go. So I'm going to use my little trick. Go into my styles. I'm going to pick one of these. It doesn't really matter which one. And this will let me shrink it down a little bit more and then go back to the one that I really want. And as you get it smaller, if you put it in the middle, it kind of snaps into place and then you can level it. And normally I like my signature a little bit subtle. But I think that looks good just like that. Hit OK. Now, as you can see, that made my signature very subtle. I think I want it a little more stronger than that, so I'm going to go back up into here and do View Edits. I'm going to go into my text, and I'm just going to edit the text. Go back in, bump that opacity up just a little bit more. Tell it OK, and that's good. I like that. It's subtle, gives you a little color pop. And instead of hitting the Done button, because that'll save it as a JPEG, no matter what you've told it you want to save it as, we're going to go up here and we're going to tap on this icon up here. That's the share icon. We'll apply all the edits that I just did. And then it'll ask me where I want to share it. And at this point, you can really share it, or it's already saved it. So I'm just going to tap off the screen. It has saved it as I have mine saved as PNGs, which is lossless, which means I can go back in and edit it some more if I wish without losing quality. So that's it. That's how I do my Snapseed color pop. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and thanks for watching.